What's happening, guys? My name is OTG and welcome back to the video. You can see the practice results. We got ourselves in P3 here in China. Jenson Button down in P10. It wasn't actually about qualifying. Nico in P4 there. We're only a tenth up on him. But Hamilton, what a time. 9 tenths up on everyone with 139.4. Absolutely smashing. Vettel, 9 tenths down and I was a second off. Saying that though, Sergio Perez down in 12 was 3.1 seconds. A bit of a crazy qualifying session. But China is really a track that seems to have completely switched around for me. You know, on the scale of 1 to hate, I was on 100% hate on China last game, and now, you know, I think it would be one of the tracks I can possibly pick up a surprise few points here. I might actually finish a Grand Prix because in the last few races, Sergio didn't even qualify well here. I don't even think he made it in top 10 sometimes. Didn't even finish the races. It was just horrible. But now they've fixed the tyre wear. But you can see going through the final corner, we get a little bit on the side there and get on the bollard and we clip it there, so that's not exactly the best thing in the world. We get a clip and that doesn't set us a good time enough, a good enough time. So 3.6 seconds off Nico Rosberg's pace. You can see that puts us down in P18. We're going to come through, we're going to completely wipe out that bollard just to make sure that it doesn't get in our way this time. Open up the DRS and we get a decent enough time to put us in P14. 2 tenths down on JB and just ahead of John McLaren. So that was good enough for us. We're coming through the final corner again. We've got about 20 seconds before we can go. And I don't think we're going to have another time set. We open up the DRS and we make a slight improvement. That puts us ahead of Jenson. So we're definitely secure through to the next session on a set of primes. You know, that's probably one of the things we're going to have to take for granted. The fact we can go on them prime tyres. But if it was on option tyres, we probably would have easily breezed through. So really good pace here. You can see now we're coming through the final corner. We've taken it out. We've crossed the line and we're ahead of Jenson again. 1.3 seconds off the pace. We're 39.8 now. Coming through the final corner, missed the bollard that time. There's only 8 seconds remaining. Open up the DRS. We're in P10 and we go through 1.3 seconds off the pace. We're 39.7 and we make our way through 3 tenths up on Perez. But Jenson goes out in Q1, so he'll be Q2. Sorry, he'll be starting in P12 come the start of the race next time round. Hamilton only 800ths off, 800ths ahead of Nico Rosberg. So coming through now on our first lap in Q3, we take a nice line through the hairpin corner. You can see on the mini map we've got a lot of open space because of the game being so glitched where the AI are so closed in. I thought I might as well just take a little bit more time and come out later, and that actually helps us. So we're up into P2. We're a second off Vettel's time. It's not even our best time, a 40.4. So yeah, we can really do decent. There we go, we've improved at 39.9. That's not what we really want. We're going to have to continue to push forward. So we're down in P6 now thanks to that, and you can see we're not improving dramatically. We're 2 tenths off our personal time, but 1.3 seconds of Danny Ricciardo, who's taken pole at the moment, and I don't think that anyone will be coming and improving. You can see across the line now, I'll go all of the guys, and so that means Daniel Ricciardo will be taking pole, because I don't think they can set any more times. So I think that's Danny Ricciardo on pole, unless of course we can pull something out of the bag in these last few corners to get ourselves on pole. It's highly unlikely. But if you look in P7, Hamilton's there. We've got Vettel ahead of us just, and we've got Hamilton behind us. It's a crazy qualifying session. Why Hamilton hasn't improved, I do not know. We're coming through the final corner, just getting that quite nicely. Could have taken a bit more speed around there. Open the DRS up into 6th gears. We cross the line. We don't make an improvement, but what it does do is it puts us safely up into P6. It's actually a really good position for us. It gives us a really good stepping stone for the race. But congratulations to Daniel Ricciardo, who takes pole position here in China, really showing the Red Bull has pace. With Sebastian down in P5, Raikkonen and Alonso taking 3 and 4, and Nico Rosberg in P2. Disappointing for Hamilton down in P7, and the rest of the guys are just the scraps of the Williams and the Force Indias trying to make up some places. At the moment, the McLaren seemingly doing a lot better under the guidance of Sergio Davilo than the Williams of Massa, Valtteri Bottas, and the Force Indias of Hulkenberg and Perez. Now, guys, you're going to get to see the setup we're going to be running with today. It's not exactly the best setup in the world. Obviously, a P6 and McLaren isn't bad for a track that on the last game I absolutely despised of. But you can see now the aerodynamics, we go 4-1, and that's pretty much how we're going to go. You could go for 1-1 for the back straight, but 4-1 for the Grand Prix actually gives you a little bit more downforce, because, you know, apart from the back straight, the rest of the track is quite a strange one. The aerodynamics are horrible. You have to get really good downforce through the fast left-right hander, and to be honest with you, sector 1 and 2 are just painful to drive round. A similar style to Malaysia. It's a very fast-paced track, but when it comes to the corners, you suffer dramatically. Sorry, you suffer dramatically if you don't have the right downforce. I don't know what happened now. My body's like saying, go to sleep. But we're on the grid now. We've got 1, we've got 2, 3 lights. We're revving the engine up. We're going to have to get off to a fantastic start. The yellow wall tyres are the options. We're off and away. We've got some dramatic wheel spin, and we shift up the gear too, off to a decent-ish start, but Vettel gets a great start. You can see a bit of smoke coming off of Nico Rosberg there. We go into turn 1 nicely. Alonso backing out of that, and Raikkonen, sorry, not getting the best line either. We squeeze through there now, and we're going to try and get past Nico Rosberg. We do indeed, and Daniel Ricciardo's held P1 now. So Danny's doing a great job at the moment now. You can see he's taking a great line. We might be able to get him into this corner coming up. Probably one of the slowest corners apart from the hairpin now. We're going to go for the dive bomb. We don't go for it, but you can take a decent line there. We're going to have a little bit of wheel spin. The back end going out a little bit. We've got 6 tenths to Nico Rosberg, who's directly behind us, but it doesn't really make much difference coming onto this stage. Now, lap 5, Nico Rosberg blistering pace in that Mercedes, and he goes straight past us. So Mercedes versus Mercedes power. But it seems the Mercedes-Benz factory-based car is going to have a lot better chance of beating us this time around. So really well done there from Nico Rosberg. Clean move, gets it done up in turn 1 just to secure it, and that's us down into P3. So Hamilton being quite away off the pace, we can hold up the drivers of Ricciardo. Hulkenberg's actually got past him now, so Hulkenberg having a great start off the line. And we decide it's time to come into the pits on lap 7. A little bit of a front lock-up as we go onto the marble area. But we're going to come into the pits, go on for a set of prime tyres, which I think will hopefully be the better tyres here. The white wall tyres, I do enjoy them tyres quite a lot. They're nice tyres to have, they're comfortable, they feel nice on the car. And at the moment we could actually get another podium, which would be absolutely incredible. 2 podiums from 2 tracks, really. You wouldn't have expected the McLaren to be this good at. And you can see now we're coming out, there's quite a lot of traffic, but we should come out of the rear end of that. So should have a little bit of open space. There they go, Bianchi being the trailing car, who, you know, not doing very well in this season. Isn't really having the best of seasons, to be honest. My man's letting me down. Chilton's doing a lot better than him, and it's been a crazy season start. So you can see there's JB ahead of us. We're going to have to try and go into this corner. Going to dive it up the inside. There we go. Nice move up the inside, and that's us up into P18. So a really good showing. That's what we want now. Diving up the inside, 1-2 moves. Grosjean having a poor race as well. That's us up into P16 now. So we have to get past him as quickly as possible, purely because we don't want him holding up into that corner. A dive bomb is a lot more quicker than having to stay behind him for a few more laps. Now we're coming through. We've done a DRS, of course. We did on the back straight. We're going to come through, and you can see there's a cluster of cars now, and we come out ahead of everyone. And there's the Force India of Nico Hulkenberg, and that's us up into P3. You can see now Lewis Hamilton battling with us as Daniel Ricciardo has retired from this Grand Prix. So Danny Ricciardo's retired, and that puts us into P2. So if we held Nico Rosberg, we could have won this Grand Prix. But look at that pace he's setting. There's no chance we'd be doing that now. Lewis Hamilton, his teammate, has made his way through the pack. And next up is the McLaren driver, Sergio Davilo. His former teammate breezes past him. A sign of respect. Sergio doesn't defend. There's no point being dirty in defending. He isn't going to keep up. But look at that. Cheeky Raikkonen there looking for the move. But Sergio ain't going to give him no space. No. He respects the Mercedes guys. They gave him world champion, but Ferrari, they sacked him for Massa, and they sacked Massa for Ricciardo. So let's see how things go now. We're going to have to have a really positive end to the race. Lap 17, Hulkenberg's back up into P4. Really good drive from him. We're going to be entering the pits for what seems to be another set of them prime tyres. If not, then a set of fresh options, which will be very unlikely to hold off, considering we're pitting. We pitted a lot earlier on the previous stint. Now we pit in P7, which isn't actually that bad. You can see a cluster of cars coming in behind us. Hopefully don't get caught in any traffic. The only cars I can see ahead of us are the Force India of Hulkenberg. Now we come into the pits, put on a fresh set of prime tyres. We do get held up a little bit, and we're out actually nice and quickly, 4.728. Pit stops are completely broken on this game. We actually get a bit of an advantage of the guys there. So we might come out into a bit of traffic. We're going to hopefully jump the cars. I think that's Gutierrez who comes out, and we get out ahead of him. And one thing I've noticed from this game so far, we haven't had any rain yet. But next time out, I believe, is Spain, and that's quite a hell. There's a chance of we rain here as well in China. There's a real good chance there should have been rain really in Malaysia. We haven't had any rain yet, but we're coming across now, and you can see we're coming through. Cars are exiting the pits. There goes Nico Hulkenberg, but Kimi Raikkonen has jumped us, it seems, and it doesn't look like we can get a move on him. He's on a set of option tyres. JB's up into P5 as well. Jenson doing really well there, but we've lost P3, and that seems to be our podium chances out of the window, and we're down in P4. To be honest with you though, that isn't a bad place to be around a track we didn't really enjoy, and a track Sergio has always had his bogey track. Really, Nico Rosberg wins the Grand Prix. We're up in P4, Alonso's behind us, and you can see on the mini-map they've actually gained quite a bit of time. so the pace hasn't been poor around here. We've had some decent pace coming into the final hairpin. The tyre's pretty much dead, getting a nice lock on the wheel there, so really good line through there, and we're coming through. You can see there's not many cars. Mass's jumped him, so Mass is up into P5 now. Clearly Mass is doing something well, gaining an extra position. The tyres aren't exactly dead. We could have gone for options maybe. We come across the line, P4, Sergio's not over the moon, but really there should be a thing that's added where that is over the moon, because 4th place in that car should never have happened, considering Jenson's down in 11th as well. That's a really good performance from the boys, and another 12 points to add to the total as we push for 4th place in the Drivers' Championship. And you never know, we could even, in the Drivers' Championship, the Constructors' Championship, you never know, we could still have some success in the Drivers' Championship, and maybe we could beat the Red Bulls and the Ferraris. We ain't going to beat the Mercedes. Look at the time, literally, as we let Hamilton pass early on, he then just blistered past us. 1 minute and 21 seconds Nico Rosberg gained on us after a lap 5 overtake. Wow, we're in 7th place in the Drivers' Championship. Not bad, but behind the cars you would expect with the Red Bulls, the Scuderia Ferraris and the Mercedes AMGs. So we're really, really good. We're the best of the rest as it was. 36 points to Sahara Force India's 28, and Williams is also 28. So guys, if you have enjoyed, then please leave a like down below, subscribe for more, and I will see you guys next time for some more Davilo's Journey.